This year, Grenada will host the first ever International Men's Regional Conference under the theme Men Matters, Embrace, Empower, Elevated from Positive Transformation. This is one of the many activities scheduled to celebrate men in Grenada as the country joins in the observance of International Men's Day on November 19th. Organized by the Ministry of Social Development in collaboration with other stakeholders, the event will be held from November 15th to the 19th. The observance of International Men's Day seeks to highlight the positive value men bring to the world, their families and communities. Anderson Richardson, attached to the Ministry of Social Development, says over 5 Caribbean countries will be represented at the conference, which will focus solely on men.
In terms of the conference that will be held on the 16th of November, that will be the Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. In terms of some of the topics, we have things like men and mental health, which we think is critical. We're looking at challenging the emasculation agenda, men's health, those kind of things, men in crisis, those kind of topics in terms of the conference, right? Boys in ICT, those kind of things we want to look at our conference.
All activities carded for the 5-day celebration will be free of cost, said Richardson. He spoke of other events scheduled.
Friday, that's Friday the 17th of November. Let's say that starts from 8 o'clock to 11:30. We're going to be having a businessman talk, and that will be taking place at Radisson at the St. Andrew Room.
All right.
Now, this is an initiative where we'll be bringing in businessmen that can tell a story as to how they succeed over the years. That will be for the first half of the day. Addition to that, on the same day, from let's say about 1:15 p.m., we will have what we call our International Men's Day outreach activity.
All right.
And that activity is focused on touching base or interacting with institutions where our men and our boys are. Examples, some of those are His Majesty's Prison.
An island-wide motorcade will be held on November 18th, during which participants will stop at specific locations across to meet and greet with men and boys in the area. The activities will climax with an award ceremony, cultural presentation, and dinner. International Men's Day Ambassador Michael Stewart said over the years, men have been pushed to the sidelines.
When you look at whenever something affects women, it is highly impacted and recognized. But when it affects men, it is trivialized or marginalized more or less. And one of the things that I keep having to point out and making a call in the case of the United Nations is that the United Nations has 216 recognized international days. 10 of those go to women and girls. None of those went to boys or men. So when we talk about men matter, we are talking from a very high level and institutional level. In fact, November 19th, when we will be celebrating as International Men's Day, is carded on the United Nations calendar as World Toilet Day. That's why we are saying we need to be able to recognize that we matter. In the courts, we need to matter also.
Stewart was speaking on GBN's Good Morning program with host GT. Rena Thomas, GBN News.